Hey guys, what's up? I got a question from a beginner, all right? I'm not gonna read the whole question because it's too long, but pretty much it's his first time working out. He, just started fresh, and he wants to know. He said there's too much information out there, and he just wants to know the basics. How to start. Obviously, everybody knows sleep, eat, live, all that stuff. But he just wants to know like the simplest things, right? And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm gonna tell you my mistakes because, like I said, the best way to learn is through somebody else's mistakes. If you learn from somebody else's mistakes, you won't repeat them, right? And the mistakes that you're gonna make are gonna be like, it's gonna be stuff that most people didn't do because, make a long story short, um, my first year of bodybuilding, I made no gains, no gains. Why? Because I was reading too much. Believe it or not, I was reading too much. I was reading too many magazines. I was taking advice from everybody, and I didn't know how to filter information and to just look for the common threads. Once I've done that, once I learned how to just look at different people, bodybuilders, natural, non-natural, whatever, football players, wrestlers, and stuff like. Once I learned how to look at all these different people who build muscle and then extract just the common things. Once I started doing that, I exploded. I mean, I'm not where I want to be yet, but like I said, I'm only a year and a half into this, and I'm pretty sure, when I work out for 3, 4 years, I'll look amazing. But and that's not cockiness, it's confidence. So, but the mistakes that I made that first year is really what allowed me to move forward because I was able to look back at what I was doing that didn't give me any results. I looked at people that had results, and I was like, wow, they're not doing those mistakes. So, duh, common sense. So I'm just gonna give you my mistakes, the stuff that I didn't do, and that stopped me from gaining muscle. I always say that one thing that I do is say I want big biceps. I don't just look at people that have big biceps. I look at people that don't have big biceps, and I look at what they're doing, right? And then I compare that to people that have big biceps, and I look at, whoa, the people that have big biceps are doing this, and this guy with small biceps is not doing that. I mean, that's a hint. So look at my mistakes and learn. That's what my whole channel is about. My channel is, I'm not a guru. I don't have a degree in this shit. I just read and research a lot, and I make a lot of mistakes. So my channel is about you guys. Look at all the crazy shit that I do. You guys know I'm all over the place. I do a whole bunch of crazy shit. Look at the crazy shit I'm doing, and the things that don't work, boom, write that down. Oh, this nigga, like made this mistake. I'm never committing that. So you get to just surpass me. That's why every time I meet somebody and I train them, they explode. People are like, Jonathan, well, you just started training this guy and he's all bigger than you. Well, obviously, because I told him the mistakes that I made. So he doesn't have to repeat that. Number one thing, if you're a beginner, do not, I made a video about that last week, by the way. Do not neglect your legs and your back. I swear to God, because when we start lifting, the first thing we want is the beach muscles. We want the abs, we want the chest, we want the arms, right? And these are great. You still got to train them. I'm not saying don't train them, but do not neglect your legs and your back. And if anything, prioritize them. At the end of the day, the time under tension and the stress that you put on your legs and your back should be more than your biceps, your triceps, your chest, and all that other crap. Your legs and your back are your two biggest muscle groups, and two of the most important muscle groups for your survival. So your body will react to them a lot quicker. Legs and back, right? They release the most testosterone because they're compound movements, squats, deadlifts, barbell rows, whatever. So that's number one, legs and back. Don't neglect that. Train them at least twice a week, at least twice a week each. Next, this is the most common one, right? We all say it, but we don't really follow it. Sleeping is so important. That's the one thing my biggest sin in bodybuilding is the lack of sleep. Like I said, I started doing this shit. I had 3 jobs. You want to throw in YouTube? That's four, but that's not count YouTube. I had 3 jobs starting this thing. Now I'm down to just one. Yeah, because I had three, then two, then I cut it down to one because of the baby. I needed time with the baby. But then I cut the jobs and I have the baby. So I have the job. I had 3 jobs. I had school, and all these distractions, plus my own personal time to study and read and then make my meals. I never had time for anything. I would go to bed at 3, have to wake up at 6 or 7 for school. So I was sleeping from 4 to 6 hours a day, right? Even on weekends, because your body adapts to that fucked up sleeping pattern. So that's the biggest mistake I made. My first year, I was not sleeping. And it's funny, every time I had spring break or had vacation and I was able to sleep for a long time, my body started expanding. So sleep and eat, obviously eat. Another thing that I have a problem with, I have a really bad appetite. Everybody that follows me know that. I have a sucky appetite. And the only way I fix that is by supplementing with zinc. Eat a lot of zinc or bananas, anything that's high in zinc, and it's gonna increase your appetite. So sleep and eat, obviously, you probably heard that a million times, but it's so freaking important. You have to eat and sleep. The third thing, most people don't mention that, but it's like the most important, water. Water. It's more important than your whey protein. It's more important than your creatine, your whatever. Water, 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 water. If you're not hydrated, if your pee is always yellow, don't you're gonna make gains, but then your strength is gonna plateau, your muscle gain is gonna plateau, because you gotta understand your muscles is 70% water. That's a lot. That's more than half. If you take a piece of steak, right, out of an animal, you cut it up and you put it on the stove, you turn it on, what happens? It shrinks. Why? All that water, and it's coming out. Even if it has no fat in it, it's gonna shrink because the water. So your muscles, 70% water. Drink a lot of water, a lot of water. Always stay hydrated. So remember, legs and back, sleep and eat, and water. I wrote it down for you. So this is the most simple thing. After that, we'll talk about reps and sets, whatever. And for reps, I always advise people that start off with low reps. Why? The reason why I say that is because even though higher reps are really important for building muscle, the reason why you want to have a strong foundation in low reps and strength and things like that is because most people that start lifting start with bad form. I don't care who you are, unless you just came out the womb with dumbbells and fucking, kettlebells and shit. Most people that start lifting have bad form. If you start and your body adapts really quickly in the beginning stages. If you start lifting and you have that bad form and you lift 10 to 12 reps, 15 reps, your brain is gonna adapt to that fucked up form that you have, and later on it's gonna be a lot harder to switch your form, to switch your biomechanics and stuff like that. So it's better to start with low reps, so you just focus on the form, focus on the form. Once you get used to that, because when you're lifting heavy, you can't really fuck up, you're gonna get injured. So when you focus on that good form, 5 reps, get your strength, get your whole mechanics down, then you could increase the reps. This way your body, doesn't adapt to. Trust me, you start off with 10 to 12 reps with fucked up form, it's gonna be so hard to get that mind muscle connection and like fix your form in every exercise, and you're gonna avoid a lot of injuries. So start off with low reps, perfect form, right? Your warm ups, obviously, you want to do high reps for your warm ups, but like when you lift your working sets, start with low, focus sets. Once your form is perfect, then increase the reps. This way, you won't make the mistake to get your body adapted and conditioned to fucked up form. So that's it, man. This video is longer than I thought it would be, but hope that helps you.